Battlefield 6's beta is right around the corner, and luckily for me, I have early access because I signed up for the Battlefield Lab, so I will be playing it early on Friday, I believe. I think it's Thursday or Friday, I can't remember. One of those days, I will be streaming the entire day that it has released because I am actually pretty excited for this Battlefield. And I think a lot of people are excited for this Battlefield. I've seen, from all the streamers, all the trailers. I think it looks actually pretty good. I've seen a lot of gameplay from the streamers who went to the actual event on Saturday or Friday, one of those days. And I'm looking really excited. And I haven't seen really anyone say anything truly negative about the game. They might have like little, nitpicks here or there about maybe like the color palette or, maybe some sound design bugs or whatever. But for the most part, I've not seen anyone actually say anything negative about the game. That is unless you start talking about skins. Now, if you started paying attention to anything about Battlefield 6, you'll know that right now it's being heavily compared to Call of Duty. Because Call of Duty right now has released some really weird skins as of lately. They have Beavis and Butthead and American Dad and whatever. And the designer of, I think it's the designer of Battlefield 6's skins, he came out and stated that he wants to keep the skins grounded. And this has sent all of the COD players into a full-on coping mechanism shutdown. Because for some reason, they can't survive in a video game right now unless they have these over-the-top animated or wacky skins in their game. Now, if this is something you like in your games, power to you, man. I played COD for a long time. The last COD I think I played was 2022, and they had crazy skins for a long time. But it's just not my thing, so I'm not gonna play. But if it's you, good for you, man. I hope you like it. Spend the money how you want. Spend your money how you want. Don't let anyone tell you that you can't have or like these skins. But when you start talking about how they're not going to be in Battlefield 6 and they go on to a full-on breakdown, mental instability mode, I don't understand it. Because when you're playing a military shooter, which is what COD technically is, I wouldn't count that anymore, and Battlefield are, you have to understand that there are people who don't like that stuff, and that the aesthetic they like is the military aesthetic. They like real military uniforms, real weapon camos. Camos might be a little out there, because you're not going to see someone with like, digital camo in the military. It's going to be like the plain beige or, whatever military color they choose. But for the most part, the camos you see in Battlefield are relatively realistic. But for some reason, the COD players have lost their fucking mind when talking about this stuff. If you go on Twitter, if you go on streamers, if you listen to streamers talking to their viewers back and forth while playing the game, they are foaming at the mouth to get these skins in Battlefield 6. They were talking, I saw a streamer mention to another chatter saying that they want to keep the skins grounded, and the streamer actually had to respond to a question where the guy said, is it really that big of an issue? I don't know how you respond to that kind of question when you're talking about Beavis and Butthead in your game. But when you have a military sim, no one wants that, at least for the most part. If you want it, it's great for you, but why would you want it in a game that doesn't want it? Like, to the point that it's like make or break for you. I don't understand it. I've seen people say they're not going to play Battlefield 6 because they won't have these wacky skins in it. And I think if you go all over Twitter right now, you'll see a lot of people with that same sentiment kind of spreading around, because for some reason they just have to have that stance on this issue. I think right now what it's really about isn't about the skins. I don't think it's about the skins whatsoever. I think right now they are secretly upset with the way that Call of Duty has been going. They are upset with the skins. They are upset with maybe the gameplay. I don't know. I haven't played the recent Call of Duty. I just, after 2022, and they kind of killed it off pretty early, nothing really looked interesting to me, so I just haven't been buying them. But I think they're all actually secretly upset with the way the game's been going, and that they have to find something to nitpick on in order to get a one-up. Now, I'm not like a Call of Duty fanboy or a Battlefield fanboy. I've hated Battlefields, I've hated CODs. I've liked CODs, I've liked Battlefields. The last Battlefield I played was 2042 because it actually, came out around the same time. I think it's 2021. And the last COD I played was 2022. And I haven't played either of those games in 3 years, maybe. Battlefield 2042 obviously was a complete shit show. Battlefield 5 wasn't okay. I mean, I liked it to a little extent because of the some of the weapons. I'm saying this because I'm not an actual fanboy. I'm not some diehard choose or make or break kind of guy. But if I can't understand this position and why this is the hill they choose to die on. COD players have so much that they could talk about because they have a game released every single year. They could fix this issue no problem by not buying the skins, but instead they let the skins go. They let them get crazier and crazier because they keep buying them. And I saw a tweet recently, I'm not sure if I can find it again, but if I do, I'll post it up here on the screen, that said that Fortnite has done irreparable damage to the gaming community, and I think they are 100% right. For some reason, after Fortnite released with all these crazy skins, collaborations, and stuff like that, people think that that's the only way they should be making money, and they just started putting in every single one of their games. Just because your game doesn't make trillions and trillions of dollars off of microtransactions, I understand that that's like it is a huge amount of money, and that, I can't really blame them for doing it. But really, when you start doing that stuff, you start sacrificing your vision of the game and your aesthetic in order just to make a little bit of extra money. And after a while, people who started playing the game in the first place because they liked that aesthetic, they will drop off. And it's not just character skins either. There are weapon skins that are getting really out of hand, like really animated stuff. And it's not just COD either. Recently, Rainbow Six Siege added a new Valkyrie skin in, which is really overpriced for a skin that is really okay looking. It's not like the greatest skin you've ever seen, but it's not terrible. But the biggest issue is that the gun is animated when you reload, and it's so loud. It's so loud. For a game where sound matters, if every time you reload, you got this annoying ass thing in your ear. But right now, I think the best move to make right now is if you see somebody on Twitter, on YouTube, on a stream, something like that, arguing that these skins are okay and that they should be in every single game, or that they should be in Battlefield because they're in COD and they'll make them a lot of money, I think the best thing to do is just ignore that thing, because right now they're kind of just projecting their own hatred of the skins onto another game because they can't, for some reason, deal with the fact that another game is doing well because it's keeping to its military aesthetic. Now, this is still EA and DICE. We cannot be 100% sure that they will not add these skins at a later date. However, I'm going to just take the dude's word for it and keep the skin. And when he says he's going to keep the skins grounded, he's going to keep the skins grounded. Now, whether that means he starts adding in skins from real skins from World War I or something like that, I don't know. It's still real skins, but it's not of this era. But we'll have to wait and see, really. But I think for the best part is just to ignore these type of comments, ignore these type of things, because right now they're more upset than anybody that they have Beavis and Butthead running around and having Verdansk given to them a 7th time. If you guys like this video, if you have seen these type of comments, let me know. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.